top 3 in rushing offense and rushing defense in their conference. And they're actually top 3 in scoring offense and scoring defense in their conference. So, they do a great job of running the ball and stopping the run. And then the thing that's more worrisome for us is they're number 1 in not giving up sacks, and they're number 1 in sacking people in their conference. So, they play very solid on defense, and they're committed to running the football. They're big, physical guys up front. Really knock you back off the line of scrimmage and then do a great job with their play-action passes from there.
You guys, really since about the middle of last season, have done a nice job stopping the run. Why do you think that's been?
Well, we haven't seen an offensive line like this one. I mean, these guys, they've got pro prospects up there. They've got guys that are played 3 and 4 years, and I think 4 of the guys started. So, they've got a ton of experience, and they're committed to running. A lot of the teams you talk about in the past haven't been committed to the run as much as Pittsburgh has.
Tom, what do you think the team has accomplished in the last 2 weeks playing the lower division people?
The thing that's been not good for us is that we've started 4 offensive lines, and this will be our 4th starting offensive line, our 4th starting secondary in the 4th game of the year because of injuries or sickness or whatever. So, we really haven't gotten the continuity at the 2 most important positions on our team, especially the last 2 weeks. The only thing we have gained is we've got some young guys in the football game, which is down the road stuff, but for immediate getting better of the football team. When you're with your 4th different offensive line, your 4th different secondary, that's not a good situation to be in.
Can you ever remember, as long as you've been coaching, even back to your assistant days, you ever remember anything like that?
I don't remember any injury since I've been here like this.
Yeah.
Can you break down for me, I don't have the depth chart, the offensive line and the secondary, where the changes are from last game?
Well, Williams is back and will be playing left guard, which is where he started the first game and ended up playing left tackle. Now he's back at left guard. Wallace is at left tackle. And, so the left side of the line is different again for the 4th game than it's been in the previous ones. And then with Rashard Smith and the ankle, that's another change we have to make in the secondary.
What are your thoughts on Wallace first start?
I think he did a really good job. We started him at tackle in preseason camp, moved him to guard because of the situation. When we set it up with Williams going inside, we figured that, not that we figured, but Williams would go outside and help at tackle with Vermiglio. But then when Vermiglio went down, we moved him back to left tackle because we needed a backup at left tackle. So in essence, he's the 3rd guy, but he did a nice job. We think he's a good prospect and a good player. But he's still a redshirt freshman. Now you got 2 redshirt freshmen, playing against a veteran defensive line. Their 2 ends had, I think, 13 sacks between them last year.
The way they held Navy last week, just 129 yards on the ground, that's real impressive considering that's basically what Navy does. Are you real concerned about being able to generate a consistent enough running game to...
Yeah, as I said, it's, they're top of their league in rush defense. So, especially when you shut out a team like Navy, you ought to be the best there is. So we're going to have to work hard to run the football. And, they lead in sacks, so we're going to have to work hard to throw the football, too.
Were they just loading a lot of people up into the box against Navy? Or
I think a lot. I think that's how you defend the option, yes. It's assignment football. They did a good job tackling the dive, taking the quarterback, and playing the pitch.
Is Crawford back for you guys? Was he back last week?
He practiced last week.
Can you talk about, obviously you must have seen something good from Camden Wentz to have him as the backup at center right now.
Well, we think he has done an excellent job in preseason camp. We were, going into the season, we were planning on redshirting him, but when the injuries hit, looking at who you had to get in the football game, and if other people went down, we had to get him in the 2 deep, because he certainly is very capable. He's done a nice job. We've probably gotten him close to 40 to 50 plays the last 2 games. So, he's ready to go, and he's the center backup.
What does he do well? What do you like about him?
Well, he's played the position. He grew up in high school being a center, and he's a smart kid. He understands all the calls. He doesn't make a mistake at all. Heading the line the right way. He knows where to go, and he has good athletic skills. He was a lacrosse player in high school, so he's run around. He's got good feet. He's got good balance.
I tried to trick you into talking about Pennsylvania recruiting last week. If we can continue that. How much did you recruit Pennsylvania when you were at BC?
Well, they have a great Catholic league, and at BC, any Catholic league was considered our local area. So we certainly went into Pennsylvania, and a lot of the big metropolitan areas, where there was Catholic leagues, and certainly they have great schools there and good students. So, we spent a lot of time. We had a guy that basically went between Pittsburgh and Erie in western Pennsylvania.
Do you think eventually it can become a spot where you grab a few guys every year?
And we still go up there. I mean, we've got kids on our list that we've looked at in western Pennsylvania. What this does is give us exposure in that part of the country. So hopefully, it'll be positive exposure. And not all the kids want to stay in the north. Sometimes the weather's a little better down here in the south.
Even with the 2 problem areas you were talking about, the offensive line and the secondary, overall, are you pleased with the progress you've seen in the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, as I've said, the positive is we've gotten a lot of guys that play in football games. So, the backup quarterback has gotten a lot of snaps that he normally wouldn't have gotten at this point of the season. And, that's always a positive. A lot of, 11 different guys caught balls last week. So, a lot of guys got into things on offense. The second, we played 2 front fours. We played 2 sets of linebackers. We played 2 groups in the secondary. So people have got on the field, but certainly the areas that can cause you the biggest damage the quickest, we're still not settled.
By looking at the depth chart, can we presume that Rashard Smith is out this
That's
week?
pretty good. I'm on my crutches, so I'm not going to try to poo-paw this one.
All right. Can you talk about
I told the trainer, no more crutches on the sideline after the game. I can't play my little games here.